Hey, it's Robin Crane. I tried doing a Facebook Live earlier. It did not work. It must have been reception. So here I am again. But I was thinking about really the driving force. Like, what drives you to do what you do? Because what drives me and what has really empowered me to continue to run my business and to continue to do what I do is really helping people. And specifically, I actually love to focus on helping female financial advisors grow their businesses because my background, if you don't know it, I was a financial advisor. I actually got licensed in the end of 2006. So my first real year as a financial advisor was 2007, which, if those of you who know the market, you know that it was a very good year. And then the market crashed. And so the following year, it was crazy. It was just a big, it just threw me for a loop because I didn't really feel like I knew exactly what I was doing, and I felt like I was a bit of a fraud. Not only was I new at the business, but I was a singer-songwriter before, which is a really weird transition. But I got into the business because I wanted to help people. I wanted to make a bigger impact. I thought, what's something that people have every day that affects them every single day? It's money, right? So I was really driven to be a financial advisor to help people. And then I really felt like a fraud because, one, I felt like I didn't know enough. I wasn't smart enough. I didn't know all the ways to help them grow their money. And then the second reason was because I did feel like a fraud because I wasn't making enough money. And at the time, I was actually living in the Silicon Valley in the San Francisco area, finally I got to a point where I was making $2,000 a month, obviously very, struggling. And I was embarrassed. I was humiliated. I felt very incongruent. And I had to figure out how to break through that, obviously, because I didn't feel like, obviously I didn't want to be a fraud. But what really got me to the level where I could help more people was that, I had to make more money and actually make a bigger impact. And as a singer-songwriter before that, it was fun, it was exciting. I got to be on the road, I got to write a lot of cynical love songs, which was fun and silly. But I didn't feel like I was making a big impact. So I got into financial planning because I wanted to make that big impact. And then when I got to that point where I just felt like I wasn't doing enough, I wasn't giving enough, obviously I wasn't making enough, I felt like I wanted to give up. Luckily, I had enough drive to help people that I kept going. And what got me through the first step was really investing in myself and finding a mentor to help me get there and knowing what to focus on, because there's so many things people are telling you to do in business. Like, everyone's telling you 10 different things, and being in the financial industry specifically, they're telling you go networking, they're telling you get yourself out there, dial for dollars, cold call, sometimes door knocking, like all these activities, these marketing activities, to put yourself out there, just put yourself out there, and then eventually people will buy. But the problem is that you're only getting a very small percentage of the market out there. I see Denise. Hey Denise, it's been so long, I haven't seen you in a long time. You know about this, right? Denise knows I'm pregnant. I think you know. But anyway, I digress. So what drove me crazy was that working hard did not necessarily get me to the result that I wanted. It's like we all learned growing up that if you work hard, you will be successful. If you get good grades, you'll get a good job, right? If you work hard in business even, you should get successful. And it wasn't working. I was living, like I said, in the Silicon Valley, making $2,000 a month. Hey, Marty. And I could barely sustain my own life. I couldn't even support myself. I started going into debt. And as a financial advisor, it's like, even if people don't know it, you trying to tell them how to live their life and how to get ahead financially when you don't feel congruent with that is very difficult. So what helped me get through that was really learning actually techniques outside of what the industry was teaching, which really had a lot to do with getting really clear on who you can help. And that broke me to hiring a mentor and stretching and actually spending money I didn't have, thank you credit cards, to work with someone who could teach me ways outside of the traditional male-dominated industry of just pounding the pavement and dialing for dollars, and seeing it from a different perspective allowed me to start to make more money and, of course, help more people. And that got me to a level of finally hitting the six-figure mark, which is kind of like a milestone most people want to hit. Let's get to six figures, right? Which was great. And then I thought I knew what I was doing. And then I thought I had it down, And even though living in the Silicon Valley making 6 figures barely pays the rent, like I still felt like, okay, now I can stop having to pay my mentor because I got this, right? And that completely, you know, plummeted my income. I had a year after I fired my mentor, my coach, where I made $500 in a year after hitting 6 figures. Like, again, how embarrassing. And so I had to build that back up. And you know, most of you are women because I work with women. I love working with women. And one of the biggest challenges, is that Taya? Hey! One of the biggest challenges with women is like one little thing can knock us down. But imagine hitting 6 figures, thinking you've been there, you know what you're doing, and then going like plummeting to a point where in the same business, I was doing money coaching and financial planning. So in my money coaching business, I hit $500 in 1 year. And I was like it's just ridiculous. And so my confidence level had just gone down. My doubts had skyrocketed, all these things. And to build that up, what really worked for me is that finally I got really clear on who is the person, who is that person that I know I can help. And a lot of you are here right now, and you're here because I was able to get help again, to hire someone again, and to learn specifically what to focus on, because so often people are focusing on the wrong things and doing the wrong activities. It's not like you're not working hard. That's not the challenge. It's that you're doing the wrong things in the wrong way. It's taking a lot of effort and not paying off. So I finally got clear on something I call the Instant Expert System. If you don't know it, I'll talk about it in another video. But really a system to get really clear on how to get to the right people, how to market myself in a way where I was positioned as an expert as opposed to just everyone else out there. What is everybody doing up so late, by the way? I'm in Nashville, so I guess, you know, some of you on the West Coast, it's not too late, but on the East Coast, it's pretty late. Anyway, so I want to remind you about a couple things. Number one, what is driving you in your business? Because when I had those downtimes when I wasn't making money and I felt like a fraud and I was losing confidence, what happened was I was focusing on me and what I wasn't good at and what I was messing up and what I was, you know, where I was failing. But when I built it back up, one, I needed support. I needed a mentor. I needed someone to show me the ropes, show me the way to do it. But two, I needed to focus on the people that I was helping, to remember it's actually not about me. That was the driving force. That's why I left being a singer-songwriter to sing cynical love songs, which, as fun as it wasn't very meaningful. To be able to help people completely transform their lives by being able to actually have a business that is growing, that's sustainable, that works. So remember, when you get down to the point where you're lacking confidence, you're not sure where to focus, and don't forget to get help. I mean, do not try to do this on your own. It's ridiculous. Like, you should not be trying to accomplish a whole business on your own. And sometimes the resources that you get, like I got in the financial industry, which is around pounding the pavement, dialing for dollars, networking all day long. It's like, if working hard doesn't work, you need to work smarter. You need something else, right? So go get help, get the right mentor. And then number two is just remember, who is the person that you're going to help that is waiting for you to step up, to take risks, to actually do what makes you feel uncomfortable so that you can show up for them and change their life. So I'm seeing a lot of women here that I hope feel I have changed their life in some way, and I'm so proud of that, not just because I got the opportunity to do that, but also because I got through my own shit so that I would do that. And more importantly, that they can go now and help other people and make an even bigger impact. And that's what I'm all about. Let's make this big impact together. So thank you for letting me share. And as I'm sitting here feeling humongous, I'm happy to share with you that I have a baby coming on the way on a personal note. And I also, one more thing, because I can't shut up, is I'm very, very proud to be a woman, to be a mom, to be a wife, and to have just recently just hit 7 figures in my business in 2019 in our sales, and I'm very, very proud of that while having a mom and getting pregnant and all these things. So you can do it. I hope that inspires you a little. I'm not saying it to brag, but to inspire you that you can, I don't want to say do it all, but you can do what you want and create what you want. You've got to be willing to step outside your comfort zone and follow, obviously some systems and get help. But just remember, you got this and you can have it all. So real quick little, as we say in Hebrew, sivu, look around, but here in Nashville at the Funnel Hacking Live Conference, being inspired by incredible people keep going, get inspired, and I'll talk to you soon on the next Facebook Live. Thanks for joining me. That was super fun. Bye.